Over the past 2 days, a record number of Italians headed to polling stations across the country to vote on constitutional reform of the justice system. The changes had already been approved by Parliament, so a simple majority was all that was required. But in the end, No received 54% of the vote with a turnout of 59%. The main aim of the reform was to separate the careers of judges and public prosecutors, who are currently part of the same self-governing body known as the High Council of the Judiciary. The reform would have split that council into two separate governing bodies, which handle key decisions such as promotions and appointments. It would have also created a new disciplinary court to oversee misconduct cases across both professions. One of the most controversial elements was how members of these bodies would have been selected, with a lottery system replacing election by peers. Supporters said the reform would have reduced internal factions and ensured impartiality, while critics warned it could weaken judicial independence and could open the door to political influence. The leader of the Democratic Party, Ellie Schlein, says the result is a win for democracy.
Abbiamo vinto.
We won. There is a majority of the country that stopped reform that wasn't right and that participated to defend the Constitution.
This was a very important institutional vote, but also a political one. In recent weeks, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni became increasingly involved in the campaign, and some analysts say it became a broader test of support for her government amid the war in Iran and also rising oil prices. The result is her first big political setback since being elected, and in the past, in some cases, Italian Prime Ministers have actually resigned after losing constitutional referendums. Meloni says she will not step down and she respects the decision of the Italian people.
Resta chiaramente il rammarico.
There is clearly regret for a missed opportunity to modernize Italy. What remains is the commitment and seriousness to continue working for the good of the nation.
However, this result could signal a turning point and an opportunity for opposition parties to regroup ahead of next year's national elections. Hermione Kitson, CGTN, Rome.